Miranda, and today I'm here to react to episode 2 of season 3 of Sex Education. The first episode was so good. So many reveals and just weird things happening, but it was just great to be back in like the world and meet the characters and introduced to some new characters, and I loved it so much that I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in this episode. Does she have a Mr. Hendricks fetish? Because I hate that. Her face, she's like, okay. Don't say that to his mother. The heck? Hates the bus crew. I'm really glad that they're exploring like all the friendships though. It's not like they're just gone now that it's a new season. They couldn't do this when no one was in school? Like what the heck? They're currently painting the lockers. Oh, new school rules. Lovely. Okay, right now I'm gonna tell you, remember how I tell you don't trust a school with a pamphlet? Don't trust a school that puts its values on the wall like that. Especially within some fun sort of word, you know? Like fun, focus, uniform, not listening. I can't think of it. This is why they don't pay me to do it. Just casually going down a skateboard in front of the principal. I approve because I don't like Hope. They're so, like, I love their personality. The way they just, like, say their lines is so just, like, charismatic. It's amazing. Thank you, Raheem. Thank you. Of course, the one that reads the most understands when totalitarianism, wow, that's a hard way to say, totalitarianism is coming into a school. Seriously? She's not at a top law firm, is she? I cannot talk today, I'm so sorry. So freaking stupid. I always hate that when it's like piercings and tattoos are like not professional. Biatch, maybe the way I behave is professional, not what's in my freaking nose. She didn't tell him to put it away. I mean, that's a step, right? She was just like, can you not sit near me? Oh no. We all knew this was coming, but oh no. Aw, poor Amy. Steve is so sweet. But I know she's been through a lot, so it would make sense. I'm glad that they didn't just like sweep it under the rug, you know, like all those shows do where it's like it's an issue for one day and then as soon as it gets resolved, they never talk about it again. I think it'll be good if she talks to someone, and that, like I said, I like that they're bringing that back up. It's not like it was just like a one and done, like her friends were on the bus with her and now it's all good, you know? I was kind of hoping they would when they mentioned in the beginning where she was like, my mom thinks I'm safer in the car than the bus, and then she literally hit a person, so you were like, wow, they really don't want her on the bus. Ugh, that's so sexy. Could you imagine just beep with your stiletto heel? I love it. I love Ruby. I still don't know if I'm sold on Ruby and Otis together, but Ruby, love ya. Uh-oh. Yeah, don't bring Otis into this, please. I think he's not. I'm confused. I feel like he's saying like this isn't what I like. He doesn't want to do it here or something like that. Like the way he's talking makes it sound like there's something more he's just not saying, which I feel bad. We really, someone's gonna work on Adam with his communication skills because he's got so much in there. It's just from his brain to his mouth it gets lost, and then he just looks like a jerk without saying anything. Uh-oh. He still calls him New Kid. I love that. Like, I've known you for 6 years. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I think that's also why people think he's stupid, because he just doesn't talk, but I think it's just, like, he doesn't know what he wants to, like, how to say it. He knows what he wants, but, yeah, poor Adam. And that must be especially hard, like, knowing, you know, his environment with his dad. Like, his dad just yelling at him, probably, when he didn't say anything, and he's just like, oh my gosh, if I don't say the right thing, then how that affects you. No, they can't kiss before she knows about the voicemail. Oh, no, no. That feels wrong. Oh, whew, okay, he agrees. Thank goodness. That Otis guy. That's what he's been reduced to. I forgot that, like, Isaac, like, he did such a big thing that affected Otis's life and his friendship with Maeve so much, and, like, you don't even know Otis, you know what I mean? Like, he's not, like, a full-fleshed person to him. He's just someone that was a dick to her at a party. and who he's probably heard her complain about a few times. Yikes. If she doesn't get mad, that's gonna feel very out of character for her. You can tell the whole thing? How it said, I love you? Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad. And now she's realizing that that's why he hasn't talked to her all summer, because he thought she ignored him. What do you say to that? Like, you need a minute to yourself at least. I guess that makes sense, like, for the moment, but that was still a really manipulative thing to do. Oof. The way she said that, like, so stone cold. Like, she's not yelling, she's just like, so you went to my private property. Yikes. Yeah, that's the thing. She's so untrustworthy, and to, like, break her trust like this is such a big thing. Yep. What is with the boys in her life? Like, she deserves the world. And the boys in her life, I'm including Otis and Isaac, very much never measure up to what she deserves. Yes, we heard that the first time, but what do you want? That's what you should be asking. Like, what do you want? Uh, oh, so, okay. I. See, that was such a simple misunderstanding. There we go. Yep, thank you. Thank you. All this confusion. Do you see what I mean? Though, like I said, Eric, I understand, but I also feel like Eric, like, at the drop of a hat when Adam doesn't communicate effectively, like, just, like, is like, I can't do this, like, I'm out. Whereas I feel like he needs to kind of sit down and just in the beginning, I'm not saying all the time, but, like, just work on Adam seeing a healthy, communicative relationship where there's open communication. And, like, if you don't know what you want to say, like, you can take the time to sit and talk. And I know he was kind of like, well, say something. But, like, when you feel like you can't, like, think of what you want to say or, like, can't get it out and someone's like, say something, like, that makes it worse. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, again, not to blame Eric, but I do kind of feel like that of, like, you need to just be a little bit more patient with him. And I feel like just patient with the communication stuff. I feel like he's being super patient with, like, the mom and all that. But, like, the communication stuff, just understand that, like, he's a very open and expressive person, Eric. Adam is not, and that's going to take a while to feel like he can trust and really take the time to say what he wants to say. Look at her. He keeps calling her bluff, and she just keeps giving into it. Oh, their height difference, my man. It's so cute. Aww. I think this relationship, can I say too? I don't know if I like as much as me right now, but so much better than Ola, right? Like, him and Ola just did not gel at all in season 2. Good. Good that you respect it. He likes that in a woman. I mean, first he had a crush on Maeve, then Ola, then Ruby, who are all terrifying forces of confidence and nature, and I love it. I mean that in, like, the best way possible, you know what I mean? He's got a type, is what I'm saying. And I love that type. Oh my gosh, are they really gonna what is it, DTR already? Wow. And she's happy about it. I'm happy for her, you know? As long as he washes it every once in a while, because he does wear that a lot, I have to say, that jacket. So, as long as it don't stink, I think we're fine. I always, when they're driving, get so confused. Because I was like, why is he driving her car? But then I remembered other, you know, right side, England. Oh, he wants to get better at school. Adam, my man, I love you this season. I love, love, love how communicative he's being, how he's trying. And he, like, genuinely wants to do that on his own, you know? Like, that wasn't Eric being like, hey, you should try and get better. That wasn't someone calling him dumb. Like, this is just him wanting to do better in school and prove that he's good for something. And I'm so proud of my little boy. I love her. I love her. Still cool and expensive, obviously. What is it? Oh. When they showed that scene in the trailer, that is not what I thought they were going to be looking at. Just after she found out about the voicemail, he can't talk about that because he has a girlfriend once again. The timing is always terrible. Just comically bad. Almost like someone wrote it. Aw, the best friendship on this show. What are you gonna ruin? What are you gonna ruin now, Hope? Seriously? She can just take your nose ring? It astounds me the things they're allowed to do at school. Like, can you believe you can just take someone's cell phone for the whole day? You're a bitch. Nose rings have nothing to do with intelligence. And you're wearing red lipstick. Thank you for flipping her off, Amy. You're wearing red lipstick right now, okay? There are some people that would think that makes you not a good person, but you're wearing it. You need to get over yourself. I can't believe they can just do that. Even though I will say one thing I was always surprised about in this school that they didn't have school uniforms, because that seems like a very British thing to have school uniforms. So bullshit. It's just about getting rid of individualism. Yeah, you're right. And I knew you were right because you're the one that reads the most. Maeve should have seen this coming as well. Like, it's totally about, like, you know that saying that it's like, why do they have, like, soldiers all look alike so you can't tell them apart, and so it stops them from, like, free thinking for themselves and, like, you know, standing out. And I feel like in a world where teenagers, like, have such little control over their lives. Like, they truly do when you think about it. They go to school, they can't really pick their classes. Adding uniforms into that is just such a hot mess, especially with, like, getting rid of the piercings, the hair dye. Like, that's all freedom of expression. And it's just such a bullshitty thing to be like, nope, you're gonna wear a uniform now. Like, I've always never liked uniforms, okay? I think the only thing uniforms are good for is that you don't have to worry about what you're wearing at the day. You know, if you just wake up and you're like, oh, I'm wearing a uniform, like, that's probably the one benefit to them. Other than that, like, they just take away all sense of creativity and individuality, and, like, that's why they're not good. And I can't, part of me is like, does Hope really buy this BS that she's peddling because she's so young? Which I like that she's young, because I feel like it would have been very stereotypical and, like, obvious if they had gone for, like, some old person, like, duh. But this is a good way to portray and, like, remind you that, like, no, like, young people are perpetuating these myths and stereotypes too, and, like, you know, we need to be vigilant about it and not just be like, oh, it's gonna die off when, like, the older generation dies off, you know? So I like that. I like that they're showing that, and, like, even her reading that book and laughing at some of the stuff, being like, this is ridiculous. And also the way she's treated Jackson for multiple reasons, like, I think shows that, like, she really does buy this backwards hogwash, and it's just like, ooh. So if you have seen this episode, please feel free to leave your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Also make sure this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!